Morning. We'll begin with a minute of silent prayer. Remain seated, a minute of silent prayer, please. We'll begin. Yeah, welcome to Bharadwaj Institute for your CA journey. Okay, it's going to be a journey of another 4 years time or 4.5 years time, where you're going to be with your CA course. Of course, I need not tell about the course. You know about the course. You know about the value of the course, where the students are getting the guaranteed employment or a kind of social prestige and organizational prestige. A lot of things are there that you will come across over the period of time. Before that, we start with the first step, CA foundation. That is, after completing +2, immediately starting with the CA journey is something great. Okay, it's going to be a close-knit interaction of about 10 to 15 students, where you will have one-to-one interaction. That is better, number one. Number two, whenever there is a doubt, you can clarify. Let you attend live online or you attend face-to-face classes. Okay. Immediately, whenever there's doubt, you can clarify. We'll ensure that you are given the 100% knowledge that is required for your examination or whatever. Okay, coming to the analysis of paper, you have got accounting and which one? Law paper, which is descriptive paper. What is a descriptive paper? Like your +2 examination, leave out the section 1. It will be MCQ. Other sections, you'll have short answer questions, medium answer questions, lengthy answer questions. Like that, your accounting and law paper will be there. Clear? Where you'll be given a question, you're expected to answer. Like you are given a question on BRS, work out BRS. You are given question on rectification of error, rectify the errors and prepare suspense account. You are given a trial balance with adjustments, prepare which one? Final accounts of a sole trader. Incomplete information is given. From that, you try to prepare which one? A trading P&L account and balance sheet, single entry. Partnership accounts, admission, retirement, death of a partner, things like that. Okay, so you are given a question where you are expected to answer. That will cover like small answer marks like 5 marks, 6 marks, 7 marks. Lengthy answer questions like 14 marks question like that, it is going to be there. So that is which paper? Accounting paper. Law is the paper that you will encounter new. Okay, if you have done legal studies in your +1 and +2, maybe you would have done basics of law. Otherwise, it's going to be a new paper for a +2 student or +2 completed student. Okay, so law, where you will be learning basics of Contract Act, basics of Sale of Goods Act, basics of Consumer Protection Act, and about certain things about your Companies Act, minimal about Companies Act you will be learning. That is about your accounting paper and which paper? A law paper. Law paper is also descriptive in nature. And of course, you know the passing minimum. What is the minimum mark required in every paper? 40 marks required in every paper. That is the minimum required to pass. Okay, coming back to economics, maths and statistics. Economics, whatever you learned in your +1 and +2, micro and macroeconomics is covered over here, but it will be multiple choice questions, 100 multiple choice questions. You call it as quantitative aptitude or quantitative techniques. That is also which one? 100 multiple choice questions for how many marks? 100 marks like that. Here also, minimum marks required is 40 marks in every subject. 40 marks in every subject. Now coming to this first 3-2 examination, it will be of 3 hours each. 3 hours each paper. Okay, in that you are expected to write for how many marks? 100 marks like that. And in descriptive paper, there is no negative marking. There is no negative marking in which paper? Descriptive paper. What do you mean by negative marking? If a student writes a wrong answer, mark is reduced. Like that, there is no negative marking in which paper? Accounting paper and which one? Law paper. You write the answer, you get the mark. You don't write the answer, no mark. If your answer is incorrect, no mark, that's it. But when it comes to your multiple choice question paper, for correct answers, into how many marks? 1 mark. For wrong answers, minus 0.25. Minus 0.25. Okay, for the questions not attempted, no plus, no minus. For example, let's assume in economics, a student has attempted 80 correct questions, 80 into 1, 80. the question has, the student has taken 10 wrong question. You have attended a question and given which one? Wrong answer. It will be like minus 0.25. Minus 0.25. 10 into minus 0.25. It will be like 2.5 marks will go. And 10 questions you have not attended at all. You do not know the question. You have not attended at all. No plus, no minus, 0. So what is your mark? 77.5 will be your mark. Clear? So for correct answers, you are given full mark. You just shade the answer. It's not ticking or underlining, etc. You will be given an OMR sheet where you have to what? Shade the answer. Okay, for all the correct answers shaded, it will be taken as what? 1 mark. For all the wrong answers shaded, it will be like what? Number of questions into 0.25 mark. If you have not attended any question, for example, a student has attended only 50 questions. All 50 questions are correct. It will be how many marks? 50 marks. Let's assume the student has not attempted any wrong answer. Remaining question he has not attempted at all. How much marks she or he is scoring? 50 marks like that. Suppose remaining 50 questions the student do not know, but she has attempted or he has attempted a wrong question. It will be like 50 into what? 50 questions you know correctly, you answered correctly, 50 marks is given. Remaining 50 questions you do not know the answer, but you shaded it. Just toss a coin and then shade. Just inky pinky punky you shade. Let's assume all the 50 questions went wrong. How many marks it will be negative? 12.5 negative. You will be getting how many marks? 37.5 marks. What is the minimum mark required for passing? 40 marks. Suppose if you have not touched the questions which you do not know, how many marks you would have scored? 50 marks you would have scored. Since you have touched a wrong question, your mark get reduced to what? Less than 40 kind of a thing. So with respect to economics paper, maths and statistics paper, you should know which question you should answer. You should know which question you should answer. If you do not know an answer for the question, it is totally blank, sir. I do not know the options. Don't touch the question. Don't touch the question. If a student writes like 50 questions correctly, yes, you are passing the exam. 50 marks you are getting in passing the exam. If you touch a wrong question where you do not know the answer, then where your mark will be pulled down kind of a thing. That is about which paper? Economics paper and which one? Maths and statistics paper, and duration will be 2 hours each paper. We'll see. Attend the class, please. Okay, so it is going to be 2 hours each paper. It is going to be how many hours? 2 hours each paper. That means how many minutes of time available? 120 minutes of time is available for writing how many questions? 100 multiple choice questions, which means an average 1.2 minute per question you can take. 1.2 per minute you have to take for a question on an average time. Okay, so accounting and law paper, no such constraint. Accounting and law paper, no such constraint. Why? It is 3 hours paper, no negative marking. You write for 70 marks, 70 marks is given. You have remaining 30 marks, you have written wrong answer, incorrect answer, whether any mark will be reduced? No. But economics and mathematics and statistics, you write the correct answer, yes, mark is given. You touch a wrong answer, your mark becomes which one? 0.25 for every wrong answer attempted. If you have not attempted, no plus or minus kind of a thing. Suppose if you know 70 questions correctly, you will score how much? 70. You don't touch the remaining 30 questions, so that you get how much? 70 marks. If you touch the remaining 30 questions, it will be like 30 into 0.25. How much will go? 17.5. How much will go? 7.5 will go. You will land up in somewhere around 62.5 like that. So that is number one. Number two, it is going to be how many hours? 2 hours. It's not 3 hours paper. It is going to be what? 2 hours paper, where you have to solve 100 multiple choice questions kind of a thing. Where working need not be written anywhere. Working need not be written anywhere. You will be given a question booklet and you will be given which one? Sheet to shade, or shade that particular sheet, that's it. So where to do the working note, you can do rough working anywhere in the question or in a sheet, okay, but you're not going to show the workings, etc., which you will be able to solve kind of a thing. So for descriptive paper, what is required is a conceptual knowledge. Why what? That conceptual knowledge is required, then practicing question is required in class and at what? Home. Okay. With respect to multiple choice question papers, economics, you know already in +1 and +2. Okay, but you know descriptive answers. Now we are going to convert into which one? Multiple choice questions kind of a thing. Mathematics and statistics, only 10th level mathematics and statistics are covered. So here, of course, you should understand the concept. Then you should also practice. How many questions are? As many questions as possible. From where? From your ICAI material. Okay, from where this 100 MCQs are asked for economics and mathematics and statistics? Only from which material? Your ICAI material, the parent institute material, they are going to ask questions. Every chapter is backed up with, more than 200 questions, 300 questions like that. You'll have, ample time. You'll take ample time in which one? Practicing which one? Those multiple choice questions kind of a thing. So understand the concept. For example, it can be like statistics paper, where you have to understand mean, median, mode. Practice questions based on mean, median, mode. How many questions are? As many questions as given in your ICAI material. Then take up the test where your speed and accuracy will come. Here, what is most important is which one? Speed and which one? Accuracy. Okay. So this is about analysis of papers. Analysis of which one? Papers. Then, with respect to accounting paper, with respect to which paper? Accounting paper, the knowledge that you get in foundation level will be continued at your intermediate level and to the final level kind of a thing. Without knowing journal entry, you solve intermediate level questions or final level questions? Journal entry, passing a journal entry is a fundamental pillar. Okay, that is number one. Number two, understanding which item will come in P&L account, which item will come to balance sheet, understanding that matters a lot. Clear? Law also will have a continuity. Where? In intro also you are going to study which one? Company law. You are going to learn which one? Company law. You are going to learn contract act, etc. and all. Both accounting and law will have a continuity to which level? Intermediate level. Economics will have a limited application in a paper called as costing in intermediate. Maths and statistics, the knowledge is required. That will be applied at your inter level and final level, like costing paper, SCM paper, SPM paper, PERT, CPM models like that. You will be applying that particular knowledge. So the knowledge that you get at the foundation level, 100% carried from which paper? Accounting and law. It will be continued at what level? Intermediate level also. Sir, whether the concepts that you learned, that is learned in foundation, will be covered in inter also? Yes. Okay. What about economics, maths and statistics? Concepts are not covered as it is, but applications are covered. So this is about analysis of paper that is given to you, because on day one you should know what to do, what I'm going to do in a particular paper, how much I'm going to write kind of a thing. Okay, sir. What is the average mark I should score? 200 out of what? 400. Each paper minimum how many marks you have to score? 40, 40, 40, 40. If you add, it will come to only 160, but average should be 50%. Average should be how much? 50%. That is 200 out of 400 you have to score to pass the examination. For example, a student who is very good in maths, okay, scores, let us assume centum in maths. 100 marks is there in maths. So remaining paper 40, 40, 40, 120. So 120 plus 100 it becomes what? 220, and you are passing the exam kind of a thing. So, okay, passing will not be a trouble, because you are going to be given an in-depth knowledge. You are going to be given which one? In-depth knowledge. Okay. Second is, how long it will take for me to study. How long it will take for me to study. The classroom instructions is going to be from 6:30 to which one? 10:30. Okay, 6:30 to 10:30, the classroom instructions will be there. In the class, what is going to be covered is the concept from your text material. We'll also solve problems based on the material, like accountancy paper. Law, concept from your material, and discussions will be done. Like that, every subject, the knowledge is given. In the classroom, 70% of your learning is over. It's not 70% of syllabus, 70% of learning. What is 70% of learning? Have you understood how to prepare accounts of non-profit organization? Yes. Have you practiced questions in the class? Yes. How many problems you practiced? About 10 to 15 problems you practiced. Whether the knowledge has come to your mind? Yes. The learning, how much percentage is over? 70% is over. The 30% you have to do the work at home. Work at home. What is this work at home? Practicing, revising. For this, maybe a homework problem may be given, set of assignments may be given, or faculty will say, solve these 20 questions and come. Okay, of course, it will be discussed in the class, and try to attempt those 20 questions. Why? Because in the classroom, whatever we teach will be there in your temporary memory. Next week, will it be there in your memory? No. To take it to the permanent memory, this work at home should be done. So a combination of like morning 6:30 to 10:30 you spend in the class. If you're a full-time student, it is well and good. Evening time, you will be fully free. You can spend equivalent to that of hours, like 2 hours, 3 hours you can spend at home. If you're doing along with college, like morning you attend the class, you go to college or whatever. Evening, ensure that any college for that matter gets over by 6:30. Evening 6:30 to 9:30, then you keep it for practice. You keep it for which one? Practice. That should be done. That should be done consistently. That is number one. Okay, sir. We started our classes. What will be the duration of class? Duration means how long the class will take place. The class requires 3.5 months to maximum 4 months of class, which means syllabus will be completed at least 25 days before your exam. At least how many days before exam? 25 days before your exam. In the last 25 days, you have to take up which one? Mock exams. You have to take which one? Mock exams. Who's conducting mock exams? Bharadwaj will conduct mock exam. ICAI also will conduct which one? Mock exam. They give, set 1, set 2, set 3 materials. Model examination you have to take up in the last 20-25 days. Otherwise, in the last 25 days, you should not learn anything new. You should have completed learning along with the class. Last 25 days, revise and take up which exams? Model exam kind of a thing. Duration will be like 3 to 4 months. You're going to attend for about, 3 to 4 hours a day kind of a thing. So if you look at around 120 days, you will be attending class. Into how many hours you will be attending class? 4 hours a day, and on average you will be attending the class. It will come to approximately 480 hours. Okay, 400 to 500 hours. The classroom hours will be like 400 to 500 hours for foundation. At home, you should have put in at least 200 to 300 hours of effort at home. Only then the things will go to your permanent memory. That is number 2. Number 3, how to learn. For example, this week, topic 1 is over. Let's assume accounts topic 1 is over. Then next week, topic 2 is over. Topic 3 is over in the next week. Topic 4 next week, like that. 4 weeks that things are done. Ensure that the topic 1 you complete in that week itself. So this week topic can I learn in the next week? Then you will be accumulating. So ensure that learning takes place along with the class. For example, let us take accountancy. There are 2 modules in accountancy. Module 1, module 2, like that. Module 1, if you look at theoretical framework, is nothing but the basic accounting concepts, all those things, accounting process, BRS, inventories, depreciation. All these topics are known to you at your +1 and +2 level. Unless you are a science student, it is known to your +1 and +2 level. Bills of exchange and promissory notes may be a new topic for you. Final accounts of sole traders you would have done. Trading P&L account and a balance sheet, like that you would have done. Module 2 also, non-profit organization, single entry, partnership completely covered, company accounts are completely covered. If you look at 90% is covered in your 11th and 12th, only 2 or 3 topics will appear new for you, kind of a thing. For example, we do topic 1, in that week you complete which one? Topic 1. Topic 2, complete in the second week. Topic 3, you complete in which week? Third week. Topic 4, you complete in which week? Fourth week. Most important, when you are going for topic 4, revise 3 topics and go to topic 4. For example, I am starting with topic 5 in the week 5. What you should do? Revise. Go through your notes. Let it be law or accounts or maths or statistics. Just revise your working so that it is not going from your memory, going out of your memory. So topic 5 you do like that. Cumulative learning is required. What is required? Cumulative learning is required. So let me attend the class in this month. Can I learn next month? You can do, but the problem is whatever is learned in the class you would have forgotten. Number 1. Number 2, your own notes you may have which one? Doubts. So ensure that you are sailing along with the class. Preparation will be along with the faculty. Clear? Faculty delivers, you learn. Delivers, you learn. Like that. You continue for what? Throughout the period of 3 months or 3.5 months or 4 months. You will find 1 month before itself you are ready for exam. 1 month before itself you are ready for the exam. Why many students fail in the exam? If you look at all India results are only 25%. All India results of CA Foundation is only 25%. If 1 lakh students writes, only 25,000 students pass. What is the reason? The reason is, number one, attending the class, students miss. If you miss the class, you miss the knowledge. Number one, first class may not be an issue, but still, if the student misses, they'll miss what? The learning. Second, they will attend the class. Everything is known to be. That I know attitude. BRS, I know. Okay, rectification of errors, I know. Final accounts, I know. Okay, company accounts, I know. The I know attitude will kill. I know attitude will what? Kill the students. Where the students will miss out what is required for CA. You learned for plus 1 and plus 2. The same topics are covered, but not the same depth is covered. Depth is very, very high. Depth is very, very high. So that I know attitude sometimes kills them. Why should I learn? I let me to learn last minute. Okay, Namar. Then this 3.5 months, 4 months, let me to attend the class 11th, 12th and all. Last minute I learned, I scored 80%. Here, what is required for passing? Only 40%, 50%. I can make it in the last minute. Commerce students, one of the biggest enemies is last minute learning. Okay, so that last minute learning many students do. So number one, not being regular to the class. Number two, not ready to do homework at all. Going to ready only which one? Last minute only. Not ready to spend this time at home. Then while learning, sir, I will learn topic 1. When will I take the same topic? Before my exam. You would have forgotten. Okay, so we learned topic 5. We are in the 15th topic. Let us assume. Okay, you forgot the topic 10 topics. What is the use in going to the 15th topic, forgetting the 10 topics? Especially papers like law, papers like accounts, or paper like mathematics or statistics. Okay, if you forget, last minute you cannot learn anything. Okay, so cumulative learning definitely matters. You talk to any person who's qualified CA or doing inter and past inter or past foundation, talk to them what they did, cumulative learning. Okay, that is the most, I would say, this is a most important matter for success. Clear? Learn. When you go for the 4th topic, revise the first 3 topics and go for which one? 4th topic. This many students are not ready to do. Okay, and some students will find, okay, too much to learn, or I'm not interested in CA course. Okay, there is something called as creating an interest, self-interest. What is creating an interest? You look at a chartered accountant, or you look at a industrialist giving a talk, you look at a faculty giving a talk, or you look at a YouTube video about a chartered accountant talking, you get motivated. Okay, that is external motivation. That will be there temporarily. But your self-motivation will be staying for a longer time. So self-motivation, the course will be much easier and doing it will be much easier kind of a thing. So if a student is doing all these things, clear, learning consistently, doing work completely consistently, spending 3 to 4 months of time with this and cumulative learning, the student will never fail. Kind of a thing. So if you are following, there is something called as framework. What is framework? Same like a video camera. When you are coming within the frame, you are captured. When you are out of the framework, you are not captured. CA requires this framework. Come into the framework, you are successful. Okay. If you are not coming into the framework, then the student is not successful kind of a thing. That is the second aspect. The third aspect is testing yourself. Tests are not punishment. We are not going to call your parents and tell you have scored low mark, high mark, etc. and all. Okay, so tests are most important. It is testing yourself. Clear? You attended a class, you have learnt at home, you test yourself. If you don't test yourself, your exam will be your first test. Okay, so like the test process you have to undergo. Okay, that matters a lot. That matters a lot kind of a thing. Sir, whether test will be conducted every day? No. But the test will be compulsory, like every week we have to conduct 4 tests, 5 tests. No, it depends on the completion of topic. It depends on which one? Completion of topic. Sometimes we combine throughout 3 topics and keep the test. For example, let us take module 1. What is there in it? Theoretical framework and which one? Accounting process. Combined 1 test will be there. BRS, after completion 1 test will be there. Inventory is a very, very small chapter. That will be clubbed with the depreciation, 1 test will be there. Bills of exchange, 1 test will be there. Final accounts of sole proprietors, 1 test will be there, like that. And if you look at module 2, okay, if you look at company accounts, it is having sub-contents. How many contents are there? 6 topics are there, 6 sub-topics are there. topic 1, 2, 3, you will have test 1. 4, 5, 6, you will have test 2 like that. So tests will be designed in such a way that you are not overloaded and you are not given very, very easy topic like that. You are given a test and a balanced one is given to you kind of a thing. Okay, so this is about a testing process. And if you look at the faculties who are going to handle the subject, of course, accounts will be shared by me and with Varsha madam who's going to come, and we'll be taking at the intermediate level also. We'll be taking at the intermediate level also, both for foundation and inter. Myself and Varsha madam share the subject. Law subject as such will be shared. Of course, Manikandan sir and Hina madam, of course, will be sharing the subject. Manikandan sir is there. He'll give you inputs about the law paper, the approach that is required, etc. And I'll just an overview today. And of course, we are going to interact with him in about the law paper in the future classes. Okay, what is required is, as I told you earlier, I'll come back. Consistency. Be regular to the class, sincere to the class, automatically the rest of the thing will take care. If you are staying away from the class, the problem will be like, last class you did not know, that will not have a continuity. Okay, so over to Manikandan sir for a few words in law. Of course, he's a practicing company secretary, having a very good experience in law field. Yes. Yes.
Very good morning. So hope I am visible online also, hopefully. So how are you? Had your breakfast? Okay, I'll ask sir for sessions for law before breakfast. You know why? You know why? I'm going to tell stories in law. What you will do? After a good breakfast, what we will do? Puri, pongal, good amount of sleep will come, right? So, but we'll try the best to not to take any of what? Puri and pongal, right? We'll have idli and dosa so that we'll stay away. No, that is on the fun part. Business laws as such, you know what is this? Everybody knows Tamil? People online? Also, right? Hopefully. Yes. Yeah, good. So, as far as our law paper is concerned, it's very limited. There are 7 areas that they are covering. The only challenge which we face is, have we come across law already? How to conduct business, we know. Kind of, we know how to do business. We know we have to make sales. We have to, sir, அடுத்த question, sir, நாங்க CA பண்றோம். எங்களுக்கு accounts தான் முக்கியம். இல்லையா? Accountsல எப்படி ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணணும், how a transaction has to be recorded. ஏன் பிசினஸ்லாம் எங்களை படிக்க வைக்கிறீங்க? தியரிலாம் எதுக்கு எங்களை படிக்க வைக்கிறீங்க? Now, when you become an auditor, your client will ask, sir, ஒரு agreement இது வேலிடான்னு கேட்டாங்கன்னா என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க? How you will be able to say, sir, agreementலாம் என்ன கேட்காதீங்க. எவ்வளோ அமௌண்ட் போடணும்னு மட்டும் சொல்லுங்கன்னு சொல்ல முடியுமா? You have to do advisory, right? Sir, சேல் பண்ண போறேன். At what cost I have to record itன்றது உங்களால சொல்ல முடியும். First இந்த சேல் வேலிடான்னு சொல்லணும்ல. So, to understand the profession as such, we need to understand basics of law. That is why, irrespective of your main course is being accounting, we also had some part of law at every stage. இங்கே மட்டும் இல்லை, ஃபவுண்டேஷன்லையும் வச்சுருக்காங்க, இன்டர்மீடியட்லையும் வச்சுருக்காங்க, ஃபைனல்லையும் we are having to have a basic understanding of law. We are not going to see in detail, but basic மட்டும் we are going to see. So what is under our syllabus is, first starting with the basics of law, sources of law என்ன. Now what law we know? நமக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் தெரிஞ்ச ஒரு law இருக்கு, என்னது? When we travel, I hope you come by vehicle, right? So traffic rules do we, யார் வந்து சொல்லி கொடுத்தா உங்களுக்கு? Teachers. In civics no ஒரு class subject இருந்தது, அதில் they have informed that you have to follow signals. So what do we follow? The signals, traffic signals ஓட rules என்ன? What are the 3 lights which we see? Green. What is green? Go. Yellow? Wait. Red? Stop. இது எந்த countryல? Is it so? All countries. இல்ல இந்தியாவில் there is a different practice, especially in Chennai it's a different practice. Green go, yellow go fast, before the signal போறதுக்கு முன்னாடி போயிடுங்க. In case of red, go fast, also see whether the policeman is there or not. Police இருக்கானான்னு பார்த்துட்டு ஃபாஸ்டா போயிடுங்க. That is what we do. That morning you came like that only, right? No, you followed the rules. Why? How we know this? எப்படி இதெல்லாம் நமக்கு தெரியுது? See, civics classல சொன்னாங்க, but it's from civics. Motor Vehicles Actனு ஒரு ஆக்ட் இருக்கு, அதுல இதெல்லாம் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க, நம்ம போய் அதை படிச்சோமா? But how we are able to use this to our practical life? We are getting used to it. இல்லைன்னா ஃபைன் போட்டுருவாரு, சிக்னல்ல இருக்கவரு ஃபைன் போட்டுருவாரு. அதுக்காகவே பயந்து நம்ம நின்ற வேண்டியதா இருக்கு, நம்ம படிக்கலனாலும். ஸோ சிமிலர்லி all our subject are business related loss compliances. என்ன சேலஞ்ச் நமக்கு? we are not going to see it in day to day basis. கான்ட்ராக்ட் நம்ம போய் என்டர் பண்ண போறது கிடையாது. unless until we go into practice or employmentல போகும்போது நம்ம கம்பெனி, நம்ம ஒர்க் பண்ற கம்பெனியோ இல்லை என்னோட கிளைண்ட்டோ, he will enter into contract with somebody. at that time I'll be advising him on those also. அதுக்கு நமக்கு கொஞ்சம் பேசிக்ஸ் தேவைப்படும். so that is where we come into the review. so our syllabus is going to contain 7 areas. One is on the very basics of law. Constitution of India na enna, very basic. We are going to spend only few pages on this. Constitution of India na enna, sources of law la enga irundhu varudhu, yaar sonna idha first. So if I am asking one of you to beat somebody, your friend sitting next to you, where you will do? Why? They are friends. இல்ல enemy பக்கத்துல உட்கார்ந்து அடிக்க சொன்னா அடிச்சிடுவீங்களா? Why? Is that something wrong? Is that something wrong which I am asking you to do? இல்ல கரெக்டா? Wrong. How you know that? யார் சொன்னா உங்களுக்கு? காமன் சென்ஸ், ரைட்? ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல இருந்து அப்படிதான் சொல்லி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. இதே தங்கச்சி அண்ணானா அடிச்சிடலாம், ஃப்ரெண்டு இல்லைன்னா கொஞ்சம் யோசிக்கலாம் அப்படின்ற மாதிரி. ஸோ காமன் சென்ஸ், how it came. ஸோ all these laws which we are going to see came out of practices we call generally. சார் அதான் சார் தர்மம்னு சொல்றாங்கல்ல, இது சரியில்லை அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்கல்ல, இதெல்லாம் there has been a practice which has evolved subsequently. They have written it. If you want to do business, you have to pay tax to the government also அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்கன்னா, it was in practice so that you contribute to also to the country's funds. இல்லையா? அந்த மாதிரி whenever any best practices came in, subsequently they return into a law. அதுதான் நம்ம படிக்க போறோம். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் புதுசா இங்க இருந்தோ வரல, காமன் சென்ஸை ஃபாலோ பண்ணி தான் வருது. ஸோ யூ வில் ஹாவ் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஆஃப் திங்ஸ், ஒரு பேசிக் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங். இது எப்படி இது கரெக்டா பண்ணணும்னு நினைச்சாலே அதுதான் லாலையும் ரெப்ளிகேட் பண்ணியிருக்க போறாங்க. என்ன புரிஞ்ச மாதிரி இருந்தா அது காமன் சென்ஸ், புரியாத மாதிரி இருந்தா அது லா. இல்லையா? அந்த லாங்குவேஜ் நமக்கு புரியக்கூடாது, ஏன்னா புரிஞ்சிருச்சுன்னா நீங்க ஈஸியா மார்க் வாங்கிடுவீங்க. அப்பதான் அந்த போர்ஷனை டஃபாவே வச்சிருக்க முடியும். இல்லையா? ஸோ தட் இஸ் ஹவ் வி ஆர் கோயிங் டு சி. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லெசன் இஸ் கோயிங் டு பி பியூர்லி ஆன் பேசிக்ஸ் ஆஃப் லா. கோர்ட்டோட சிஸ்டம்ஸ் என்ன? வி நோ கோர்ட்ஸ், ரைட்? எங்க இருக்கு? சைதாப்பேட்ல ஒரு கோர்ட் இருக்கு, இங்க ஒரு கோர்ட் இருக்கு, சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்னு ஒன்று இருக்கு, டிவில எல்லாம் காட்டுறாங்க. இல்லையா? ஸோ கோர்ட் சிஸ்டம், என்னென்ன கோர்ட் சிஸ்டம்ஸ் இருக்கு, ஸோ தட் வி வில் சி. தென் செகண்ட் இஸ் கோயிங் டு பி ஆன் த கான்ட்ராக்ட்ஸ் ஆக்ட். கான்ட்ராக்ட்ஸ், வாட் ஆர் கான்ட்ராக்ட்ஸ்? எங்கேயா பார்த்துருக்கோமா? நோ, ரைட்? அக்ரிமெண்ட் என்ஃபோர்ஸபிள் பை லா, எங்கேயோ ஒரு இடத்துல படிச்சிட்டோம். எல்லா இடத்துலையும் அக்ரிமெண்ட் என்ஃபோர்ஸ் பை லா இஸ் அ கான்ட்ராக்ட். அப்புறம் அக்ரிமெண்ட்னா என்ன? ஸோ these are all we are going to see in detail. I'm just asking. Agreement is a contract. So today we are starting the classes today. Yeah, today afternoon I am offering you, நம்ம எல்லாரும் லஞ்ச் போகலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறேன். பட் நீங்கள் எல்லாரும் மத்தியானம் வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் நான் இங்கே இருக்க மாட்டேன். நாளைக்கு நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணலாம்? என் மேலே போய் கேஸ் போடலாமா? இந்த சார் வந்து லஞ்ச் கூப்பிட்டு போகிறேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு இவர் பண்ண அக்ரிமெண்ட்டுக்கு அகெயின்ஸ்டாக பண்ணிட்டாரு. He made a promise that he will take me to lunch, take us all to lunch, but he is now gone back to his promise, from his promise. போய் சூ பண்ண முடியுமா என்ன உங்களால்? சூ இஸ் நத்திங் பட் யூ ஆர் ஃபைலிங் a case against me. கோர்ட்டில் போயிட்டு இவர் லஞ்ச் வாங்க, வாட் இஸ் த கம்ப்ளைண்ட்? He told that he will take us to lunch, but he has failed. He has breached his contract. means what? Bro, failure to perform the contract. அப்போ என்ன சொல்ல முடியும்? போய் ஃபைல் பண்ண முடியுமா? கோர்ட் அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிப்பாங்களா? ஏன் ஏன் ரிட்டர்ன் அக்ரிமெண்ட் கொடுத்துட்டேன், ரைட் பண்ணியே கொடுத்துட்றேன், என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? You had some answers? Little things. அப்போ எப்படி சொல்லலாம் little things? அப்போ எது big things, எது little things? So these are all only we are going to see. The answer for this is there's a social obligation which we are agreeing. It is not a legal obligation. Yeah. So that is why contracts are going to be enforceable only when an intent to have legal obligations is being created. Social obligations la நான் சொல்லுவேன், இப்போ somebody is getting married, they will come and invite. நான் என்ன சொல்லுவேன், கண்டிப்பா வந்துடுறேன்னு, கண்டிப்பா போக மாட்டேன். அப்போ அவங்க வந்து உங்களை நம்பி ஒரு ஆட் பண்ணிட்டேன் ஒரு ஆளு, இப்போ நீங்கள் வந்து அந்த 400 rupeesக்கு எனக்கு பே பண்ணி ஆகணும்னு கேஸ் ஃபைல் பண்ண முடியுமா? முடியாது. So why? Because that is a social obligation. So that in detail we are going to see in Contracts Act. Similarly, Sale of Goods Act, which same contracts, if it relates to sale of goods, we are going to see. Then we have the business types. Companies Act, Partnership Act and LLP Act. மூணு different business organizations இல்லையா? இங்க it has its own type of organization. Who are the parties to it? அவங்க எப்படி business பண்றாங்க? There should be some document, right? எது பேஸ் பண்ணி இவங்க business பண்றாங்க? So companiesக்கு there is going to be a how it is being formed. Who is the authority where you make an application for? இப்போ நம்ம போயிட்டு birth certificate வாங்கணும்னா we'll go to some authority, right? Similarly, company is to be created. கம்பெனி ஆரம்பிக்க போறோம், கம்பெனிக்கு birth certificate வேணும், கம்பெனிக்கு பேர் வைக்கணும் இல்லையா? குழந்தைலாம் பிறந்தா பேர் வைக்கிறாங்கல்ல, அந்த மாதிரி கம்பெனிக்குன்னு ஒரு பேர் வைக்கணும். எப்போ வைப்பீங்க? குழந்தை பிறந்தா பேர் எப்போ வைக்கிறோம்? குழந்தை பிறந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் தானே வைக்கிறோம், முன்னாடியே வச்சிடறோமா? கம்பெனிக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆச்சரியம், first you have to name the company, only then it will come into existence. So these provisions are being seen. And differences between partnership, LLP. LLP is, have you come across this? LLP, limited liability partnership, and company. So LLP is nothing but பார்ட்னர்ஷிப்ல இருந்து கொஞ்சம் எடுத்து ஒரு சின்ன பாத்திரத்துல போட்டுட்டு, கம்பெனிஸ் ஆக்ட்ல இருந்து கொஞ்சம் எடுத்து அதே பாத்திரத்துல போட்டு கலக்கணும்னா will receive LLP. The features of certain features of partnership with limited liability nature of the company will give us LLP. அதுக்கு incorporation procedure என்ன? Similar, இதே மாதிரி agreements இருக்க போது, documents to be filed, இதெல்லாம் இருக்க போது, we'll see what is the procedure. Very limited. First stage-ன்றதுனால ரொம்ப கம்மியான very basic provisions we are going to deal with. But we have to understand, because you are going to deal with all sort of clients. You will be dealing with partnership firms, you will be dealing with companies, you will be dealing with LLPs. அதுக்கு ஒரு basic understanding கொடுக்கிறதுக்காக. Then the last part will be on Negotiable Instruments Act. கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்குமா negotiable instrumentsனா என்னது? Bill of exchange, checks, promissory note. எங்க படிச்சீங்க இதெல்லாம்? அப்ப நான் நிறைய கேள்வி கேட்க போறேன், நீங்களே சொல்லிடலாம் இல்லையா? Right? So it's good. So we might have seen bill of exchange, promissory note, இது அதோட டைப் நேச்சர்லாம் படிச்சிருப்போம். செக்னா நமக்கு என்னன்னு தெரியும். Dishonor ஆனா என்ன ஆகும்? What is dishonor? Have you come across this word called dishonor? Check deposited but dishonored, pay பண்ணல, insufficiency of funds. So all this are going to be seen in. What do you mean by negotiable? The word negotiable means excellent. So it is transferable. So transferable to somebody else. எப்படி transferable? How it is being presented அப்படின்றதெல்லாம் negotiable instrumentல கவர் ஆகுது. அதுவும் பேசிக்ஸாக தான் கவர் ஆகுது. So all these areas one by one we are going to see in detail. நிறைய ப்ரொவிஷன்ஸ் எல்லாமே ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்க முடியுமா? கான்செப்டுவல் நம்மளால ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்க முடியல. We know the understanding. This is how the common understanding is going to be there. அப்போ அதை ஞாபகம் வச்சுட்டு we are going to follow the provisions. Overall sections la I am going to say few areas. Material la I will also say, when you have this material with you, I will say mark பண்ணிக்கோங்க, this could be a question important. அதுலயும் I will be making a mention in the section number. சரி, எல்லா செக்ஷன் நம்பர் அடுத்த क्वेश्चन நமக்கு அதானே. சரி, எல்லா செக்ஷன் நம்பரும் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்க முடியுமா? ஒரு படத்துல 5 பாட்டு ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கிறோம், செக்ஷன் நம்பர் கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம் தான். Whether we have to remember ஞாபகம் வச்சுட்டா ஓகே, இல்லைனாலும் பரவாயில்ல. பட் 5 செக்ஷன் நம்பர் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கலாமா ஒரு ஆக்டுக்கும்? ஸோ வி வில் ட்ரை வாட் எவர் த இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஏரியாஸ் வேர். இது இப்போ நம்ம 5ல் ஆரம்பிச்சா இன்டர் போகும்போது ஒரு 10 ஞாபகம் வச்சுப்போம், ஃபைனல் போகும்போது ஒரு 20 ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கலாம் இல்லையா? ஸோ 470 செக்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்குனாலும் கம்பெனிஸ் ஆக்டில் 30 செக்ஷன் தான் திருப்பி திருப்பி படிக்க போகிறோம். எல்லா செக்ஷனையும் நம்ம படிக்க போகிறது கிடையாது. ஸோ விச் எவர் இஸ் நெசசரி, இஃப் வி ரிமெம்பர், தட் இஸ் enough. So wherever the section numbers could be remembered and easily reproducible, அதெல்லாம் நான் சொல்லுவேன். அப்போ ஓகே, இந்த செக்ஷன் மட்டும் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கலாம். ஒரு ஆக்டுக்கு 5 செக்ஷன் போதும். ஓகே, ஞாபகம் வச்சுட்டு வில் டேக் இட், ரைட்? அதர்வைஸ் ஃபியூ ஏரியாஸில் நம்ம தியரிஸ் பார்ப்போம், மற்ற எல்லா ஏரியாலையும் கதை தான். கதை வச்சு தான் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். ஆனால் என்ன, கதையை போய் எழுத முடியாது, தியரி தான் எழுத முடியும். there will be something called keywords இருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த கீவேர்ட்ஸ்லாம் in our material we would have underlined those keywords or bolded it, so that நீங்க ரிவைஸ் பண்ணும்போது அந்த underlined words மட்டும் படிச்சாலே you will be able to get the same meaning of the paragraph. அந்த paragraph படிச்சா என்ன மீனிங் வருமோ இந்த underlined words படிச்சா மட்டுமே you will get the same meaning. And ஒரு பெரிய பிரச்சனை இருக்கு நம்ம பேப்பர்ல, என்ன, what about the objective type? லா பேப்பரில் எல்லாமே டிஸ்கிரிப்டிவ் தானே. இப்போ எல்லா இடத்துலையும் எழுதிட்டே இருக்கணும். அதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும், ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டு எழுதி ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும். திடீர்னு ஒரு நாள் 3 மணி நேரம் எழுதணும்னா கை வலிக்கும். ஸோ whenever we are going to also ensure that we have a practice of writing to be taken up. Okay, so before we start the classes, even with the while we are going to start the class, I will give you one important request to all of you is to being regular to the classes. And there is one requirement on revision. எப்போ ரிவைஸ் பண்ணணும்? படிச்சு முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் பண்றது ரிவிஷன், அது எக்ஸாம் டைம்ல பண்ணுவோம். எவ்ரி டே if we are seeing few pages, 3 pages இன்னைக்கு பார்க்குறோம், சேம் டே கோ ஹோம் பார்க்கணும் புரட்டி. ஓகே, இன்னைக்கு 3 pages பார்த்தோமே, அதில் என்ன இருக்கு, இதில் ஏதாவது புரியாமல் இருக்கா, இல்லை சார் இதெல்லாம் சொல்லவே இல்லையே, ஏன்னா அப்படி ஏதாவது ஸ்கிப் பண்ணிட்டேன்னா எப்படி தெரியும், நீங்கள் தான் கண்டுபிடிச்சி சொல்லணும், ரைட்? இதெல்லாம் சொல்லவே இல்லையே, சொல்லாமல் நம்ம ஏமாத்திட்டாரே அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நெக்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸில் யூ ஹேவ் டு கம் அண்ட் ஆஸ்க். தட் இஸ் த ஒன்லி வே யூ கேன் ஹேவ் திங்ஸ் இன் அ ரியல் டைம் பேசிஸ். ஏன்னா எல்லாத்தையும் வச்சுட்டு 150 பேஜஸை எக்ஸாமுக்கு ஒரு நாள் முன்னாடி எல்லாத்தையும் புரட்டினா என்ன தெரியும், எதுன்னு தெரியாது. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேஜ் முடிச்சுட்டு 5வது பேஜ் போகும்போது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேஜில் என்ன படித்தோன்றது டோட்டலாக மறந்துடுவோம். ஸோ வாட் இஸ் மை ரெக்வஸ்ட், ஆன் அ டெய்லி பேசிஸ் வி வில் டேக் அப் அசைன்மெண்ட் அண்ட் மோர் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்லி பி ரெகுலர் டு யுவர் கிளாஸஸ். டு நாட் ஆன்லைனில் பண்ணலாமே அப்படின்னு டோன்ட் திங்க். ப்ளீஸ் ட்ரை டு பி ஃபிசிக்கலி ஆஸ் பாசிபிள். ரெக்கார்டிங் இருக்கே, that all will be there only for scenarios where you couldn't make it physically or through online. Otherwise, please be available in the live classes. That will help you understand the subject better. Doubt clarification க்கு ஈஸியா இருக்கும். ரெக்கார்டிங்ல போய் கேட்க முடியுமா, முடியாது இல்லையா? So all these things are my request. We'll see in the classes soon. Any doubts? No, நான் இருக்கவே இல்லையா, அப்புறம் எப்படி டவுட் வரும், right? See you soon then. Okay, continue.
Done. So, yes, as I told you, accounting will be handled by me and which one? Varsha ma'am. Law will be handled by Manikandan sir and of course Hina ma'am. 2 faculties will handle. Economics will be handled by Jayashree madam. Mathematics and statistics by Deepika ma'am. Mathematics and statistics is not handled by a maths professor because teaching maths for science student is different. Teaching maths for which one? Commerce student is totally different. Because commerce students require business maths or maths. So for that, a chartered accountant who qualified and of course having a strong knowledge in mathematics, if they teach, it will be better because they will make maths in a non-technical way. If the maths is explained in a technical format, which the student will be finding it difficult to understand, especially calculus like differentiation, integration, where you would have felt it tough. So if a commerce person who's having a strong background in maths, they explain, then you will get a better idea kind of a thing. That's about, the faculty who's going to teach. Then As I was telling you, of course, Mani also was telling you, be sailing along with the class. It will be an easy journey. It will be an easy journey. And don't take it as, is it a tough course? Is it a tough course? No, not at all a tough course. Is it a most difficult course to pass? No, not at all. Is it like you have to keep on studying for this course? No. As I told you, a combination of 4 hours in the class, 2 to 3 hours of consistent work at home will make you to pass. The primary thing is, as Manikandan sir was telling, be regular to the classes. Like morning 9 o'clock or 6:30 or whatever, be ensure that you are on time to the classes. Okay, of course, live online feature is also given. You can connect live online, but come to face class. Those who are in Chennai, those who are attending live online, if you are 20-30 kilometers far away, you are not able to travel, acceptable. But if you are there in and around or 4 to 5 kilometers, travel for face-to-face class where I can see your face reaction. Are you understanding? Is it boring? Should I have to solve more problem? That closer interaction will be always there when you travel for face-to-face classes. One more thing that I want to tell is feedback. Feedback. The last part which Manikandan sir was telling, feedback need not be in written. Sir, I am understanding, I am not understanding. We need not come for a formal feedback and ask. For example, I take a topic, I completed a topic. You learnt at home or you are practicing at home. You are feeling lesser confident. If more problems are solved, if more explanation is given, it will be good. Immediately tell the faculty. Faculty will be open to solve it and give it to you. Okay. For example, let us assume rectification of errors. We have done about 20 questions. Okay. Then you are asked to go solve some assignments. After that, you feel that you are not confident. Okay. Ask the faculty to explain more, do more, so that you will get which one? A better confidence kind of a thing. The feedback should be like, I'm understanding, I'm not understanding, I'm not confident, I'm having doubts. Immediately you bring and ask. Asking the doubts important. Okay, nobody will make a mistake like, for example, classes going on. We are solving 5th problem, 6th problem, 7th problem. Suddenly there is a doubt arises in 6th question. You stop and ask the faculty. The same doubt all others will be having, where you should get 100% confidence. When you go out of this room, you should ensure that yes, there is no doubt at all for me. ஐயோ புரியல, எனக்கு டவுட்டாக இருக்குது, எனக்கு இது அப்ளை பண்ணி சால்வ் பண்ணது எப்படி, இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணால் பெட்டராக இருக்குது, அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஜிட்ரியாக போகாதீங்க. ஸ்கூல் இஸ் டோட்டலி டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃப்ரம் சிஏ எஜுகேஷன், வேர் ஃபீட்பேக் ஷுட் கம் இன் த ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் ஆஸ்கிங் டவுட்ஸ், ஆஸ்கிங் அஸ் டு சால்வ் மோர் ப்ராப்ளம். அந்த மாதிரி from us also, if you have to increase your speed, you have to give a better presentation, you have to give better preparation, that we will give in the form of personalized feedback to you, so that you are securing the maximum mark kind of a thing. That is about feedback mechanism that is going to work. Okay, and you are going to have a close interaction with the faculty, with the intermediate students. Of course, this campus is only for CA. CA, you are doing foundation. Intermediate students will be there in the other room. Final students will be there in the other room. You can interact with them. What made them to pass foundation? Okay, some students have taken 2 attempts to pass foundation. Now they are in intermediate. Why they took 2 attempts? Talk to them. Okay, they will give you an idea as to how to pass in first attempt kind of a thing. What is the difference between foundation and intermediate learning? They will guide you. Or final students will come. They will also interact with you, like where to do articleship or how to learn about CA, all those things they will tell you. Okay, before that, how many of you are doing full time? How many of you are doing full time CA? 1, 2, 3, 4. You are going to do college and do CA. Yourself going to do college and do CA. Good. And live online friends, full time CA or CA with college?
CA with college.
Good. Yourself? CA with college?
CA with college.
Full time or CA with college?
So CA with college.
Okay, good. See, planning the time matters. Full time students, you are having extra 5 hours. College goers, that 5 hours a day you will attend college. That is for 180 days a year. Saturday, Sunday, full day available with you. Remaining 180 days, full time available with you. So that time will not be there with you. Remaining, there is no difference between a college going student and which one? Full time CA student. Okay. So if you're attending college as well as this particular program, 180 days into 5 hours you have to spend for other activity. Remaining time you give it for which one? CA course kind of a thing. Okay. Suppose, and again, while choosing a college, ensure that you are choosing a college which is not torturing you too much for BCom. Okay, BCom, just you learn, you can pass with center marks also. But sometimes further they keep assignments, etc. and all. And some colleges promise evening college, but they run in daytime. Go and ask, are they having daytime college? They promise 12 to 6 college, 6 shift to college, but they run classes in the morning 9 to 3 time. Okay, so while joining the college, ask them whether the college will happen in the morning time. Examination, okay, semester exam will happen in the morning time, no issues. But whether the college itself will happen in the morning time, just ask them. If they say yes, please avoid it because it will be too much torture for a college. Okay, again, foundation, which paper you are going to study? Which paper you are going to study? Economics, law, accounts, and which one? Mathematics and statistics. This is going to be your first year syllabus. Foundation, whatever you're learning is going to be your first year syllabus. Same contract law, which Mani sir was telling, or maths and statistics, or economics, micro and macroeconomics, or accountancy. Whatever you're doing in that 4 months time will be the syllabus for 1 year. Semester 1, semester 2, like that. So, you'll not be, requiring that much of time to learn college kind of a thing. Maybe exam munadi, you have to just prepare and go for the exams kind of a thing. So, this is about, for the learning, preparation, etc. and all. Okay, now Varsha madam will come in another 5 to 10 minutes of time. She will give you inputs about how to learn accounting. Okay, having listened for about 40-45 minutes on the first day, you require a break for your mind. Relax for 10 minutes, then let Varsha madam come and give a talk to you on that. Then economics will come and of course we'll talk to you on that. This week, okay, today we are having a class. Next class will be on Wednesday, 9 to 11. Then Thursday, Friday, the class will be there. This week only one session class will be there. From next week onwards, once your mind is tuned into, then we'll go for which one? 2 sessions a day class kind of a thing. Okay, for example, last batch we started in January month. Tomorrow the syllabus is getting completed. So how many months it took? Jan, February, March, April. 3.5 months it took to complete. For you, we are starting the batch in which month? April mid. Okay, we'll complete the syllabus by August 15th. How many months time we are having? May 15th, June 15th, July 15th, August 15th. We are having more than sufficient time to do it kind of a thing. So it's not an issue. It is not an issue. Yes. So, sorry, Varsha madam has come. So we'll have a 10 minutes of talk by Varsha ma'am and then she goes for inter classes. Then, as I told you, myself and Varsha madam will be doing which one? Accountancy. She is having at least 15 years of experience in handling accountancy subject. And of course, I'm having one technique. I copy her material and do in the class also. To the extent, she is one of the finest person in preparing the material, content and delivery. So, for other foundation courses, I copy her material and use kind of a thing. So, over to Varsha madam for 10 minutes. Okay.
So note.
I see. I want to do
Something to write.
Use the site to type better. The door side.
So, good morning. I'm very happy that you have selected the course of CA, and I'm sure that the experience of becoming a CA and post CA also is going to be a good one. So you all completed your 12th and you're joining. That's the composition of the batch. So as a course, I would tell CA could be divided into four papers, all of that. Yeah. When it comes to accountancy paper, yeah. So accountancy paper introduction, I don't know how much PC sir has spoken of. Accountancy paper would be entirely a paper where you have to write the answers. So when I'm taking the subject, I would be taking it on the assumption that you don't know accounts. Anybody with science background here? Nobody. Okay. Because in some previous batch when I started, there was one student from entire science background also. So I always take with the assumption that you don't know anything from school, and I start from the basics of accounts, as in what is concept, what is the journal entry, everything. But there are few things which you need to keep in mind when you're doing the course. One, regularity for classes. Yes, there is an option to attend online mode also, but as much as possible, I always drive it that you have to be physically present in the class. It is a total different experience if you're sitting here and doing, because I know what you're writing, I can see what you're doing in the class, and I go around checking or seeing everybody's book in the class. That is first thing. Try to come to class as much as possible, even though you have an online option. And if you're attending online, in the batch which I'm doing now, they send me a message that we are not able to come because of this reason. It's not that, it's a school where you need to come up with reason, but it is just a way of me understanding that what is stopping you from coming to the class today. That's the only request that, from your side also, I would like to know why you're not able to attend the class for any day. For me, each person in the class is equally important. Even if she tells that she did not understand something, it is my responsibility to explain the concept all over again. So I always make sure that you interact with me as much as possible. And when it comes to accounting paper, you would have two modules of the paper, module 1, module 2. Module 1 is primarily something which you have done at school level. Module 2 will take you to the next level of accounting. Module 1, when it comes to testing in the examination, how the exams questions come, all of that will be covered during the classroom. In every material, we will be seeing how the questions get asked in the exam and how it is to be presented in the exam. Both we have to learn. Next thing is, when you're coming to class, I request you all to bring, apart from your usual color pen, I want you to carry a red color pen also. Because when we are doing in the classroom, if I have to tell you that this point is important or this place you will go wrong, you need to present this, answer like this, any important pointers I make, you have to write it in red ink pen during the classroom, so that your notes will speak for, which is the importance when you're studying at home. So the class is going to give the exam in September. Anybody who's going to give in January? Nobody, right? Okay. So we are targeting a September exam, which means we are having, April mid we're starting. So May, June, July, August, 4.5 months. In this, probably 3.5 months, we are going to be done with classes. 1 month will be your study leave. That is, you will primarily focus on studying at home. So this 3.5 months, if you have to be really effective, it will only be when you study at home parallelly. And how will I ensure that you're studying parallelly at home? By giving you homework to do. Every day we will end in homework, not to treat you as school kids that you go home, do this homework, come back. No, it is for me to know whether you understood today's class. And how will we discuss on the answers? I can't keep checking each one's book, surely. So what I will do is, in the group which we are having, I will keep posting, like say today I'm giving you, 2 questions homework on depreciation chapter. I would post the answers around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, around that time only I post the answers in every group, whichever class I attend. Around 8 to 9, you will receive the answers from my side. You will check. If you have any doubt, next day morning we are anyway meeting, we will discuss the answers. But mostly doubt clarification, when we are doing the classroom discussion, I don't take doubt clarifications on WhatsApp group. If I meet you face to face, that time I clarify the doubts. So doubt clarification will happen only in the classroom, not through WhatsApp, because we are anyway meeting daily. Homework from your side, if it is not done, I can only push you to do. I have no method or no reason to penalize you on anything. I can't make you, go out of the class. I can't tell you that do imposition, nothing. It is your own personal choice to join the course. So I can only push you to do the homework. It is mandatory for you to do it along with me. We have only 4, you're all attending college also? Nobody attending college here? You're attending? You're also attending college, two of you. Which colleges you are yet to join? You applied. You're applying. You're going to apply. So even if that college is there, whatever reason for you to have tests there, semesters there, whatever it is, your first focus is this course. That too by September, you're not going to have your semester exams. That will come only after September. Only once or twice, maybe because you are called earlier, you missed the class, it's fine. But I do not want you to skip the class for your college. Priority is a CA only, not our college. That's the priority in your mind, right? Even now. And since you are doing college, first thing is by May or that June before your college opens, you should be doing even more studies than others are doing. Because once you have college opened, you will have to balance two things. They have only one thing, so they can still manage it. Okay. Then about the portions or about the exam pattern, there will be some true or false questions. Okay, anyway, it's not writing. You're anyway listening to me. Okay. So there will be some true or false questions, 12 marks, true or false. Other than that, it's all sum driven question. Out of that balance, 88 marks. 15 marks we can allocate to theoretical questions. Other things will be numerical based questions. Okay, just to give you a broad view that this is the way question paper comes. Every chapter weightage, how much it is, that we will learn once we are done with module 1. I will give you an entire picture of which module, how much is placed in the exam. We will have another next thing. Test will happen at the end of every chapter. Okay, we are all having a drive. You all will have access through the drive where the classes will get saved. Okay, there itself in the drive, I will be creating 2 folders. One folder will be for the material which I'm going to share with you. Hard copy you will receive in the class. Soft copy will be saved in the drive. So anytime anyone attending online or anytime you want to access the online file, it will be there. Second folder will be created as a test folder where every chapter which we complete, we are going to test unit wise. So for every chapter, one subfolder will come off where you will have the question paper. After a few days, once you solve the question paper, once you've written the test, the solution key will also be shared with that. And the question paper which will be designed for you will be based from past exam questions, RTPs, all ICI sources only will be the base for deciding. So if you are writing the test, you will have to go through the solutions to understand what is the ICI expecting from you all. Hence, the solution key also will be shared with you in that drive folder. Once I create the drive folder, I will take you through and I will show you how it is, where it is, so that you can access it from your end. Okay, and the papers which you will be submitting will be corrected and returned back to you with suggestions from my side that each one, where you're going wrong, what you need to do, whether your preparation is there or not. I can see when I look at the paper, how far you are, learning at home. So that feedback from my side will come to you, flow back to you. So I've told 3 things. One is about the test pattern. Second is regularity of classes. Third, red ink pen you have to carry when you're coming to my class. Materials will be shared by me. I will for every unit which I take, and I will be dictating notes also during the class. I believe in one thing: the more you write, the better you are at the chapter. It's not only about listening. This entire phase after COVID, where you see one soft copy and you learn, you listen to lectures and you learn. I believe in writing. Not only with you. If when I take a class, I work out every single sum, even till date. Even if I become a faculty, I've done so many years of whatever teaching, I still feel I'm a student. Every time I come to a class, I have to have the solution worked out by my hand. And then only I come to the class. I believe writing is the best way of, registering in your mind. And even in the exam, it's not that you just go to sit there and, tell the answer or just tick the answer. No, we are writing the answer. Writing is the most important part. I will make sure that you write the notes, you write everything in the classroom. There is no option of giving all printout notes that you read this printout, you will learn. That's not my approach at all. I make everybody write in the classroom. That's my approach. Apart from that, as a CA, what I would advise is, I was never a student who was like a very brilliant student, a rank holder in CA. No, I was a student who was diligent when I was studying CA. Even I did college. I did my college from Stella. So along with Stella, I had management CA. What was most important is hard work, that is, what is that called? Consistent work and never missing classes. Until unless my college really required something which I couldn't leave, I never missed my classes. Even on the day of exam, if possible, I attended the morning session, then only went and wrote my exam. So attending college and doing CA is not difficult. It's only about being consistent, and your share of hard work needs to come if the classes need to be effective from my side. We are all having so many different modes of attending classes online also. But if you've chosen to come physically, sit here face to face and listen to the class, we need to make a difference in the class. How are we going to make a difference? We need to interact on a one-to-one basis. It's not me coming, delivering a lecture and finishing it off. No, I have to interact with every person. I should know whether each one understood. Whether she understood, I should know. And how will that happen? Only when you come back, ask me something, or you want me to tell you something, only then it happens. Doubt clarification is something which I never ever ignore or make fun of someone. Not at all. Each one here is learning. Even today, even I'm still learning accounts. I don't know accounts. I still learn. I still read things to understand what is actually the treatment or why it is to be done. Still, I'm learning only. Every day, at least 1 or 2 hours, I spend still reading something, learning something new about accounts alone. So we are all here to learn. Any doubt clarification from my side will be done. Yeah. So we will start, having classes soon. I will give it over to PC sir. I think I've spoken too much. So I will, I also have another class to go and start off. So I will go there. I will ask PC sir to come and join back. Any questions from your side to me? You will not have also. You still need to interact some more. He's coming back.
Done. So as I told you, I have a 10 minutes of break. Then we'll have some small introduction to economics. Then we'll come back and continue with which one? Accounts. Shall we? Now over to Jayashree madam for about 10-15 minutes about economics.
Can stand or sit?
I can stand and sit. No issues, ma'am. Anything is fine.
When we stand or
Yes, yes, yes.
So from 10:30 to 10:40, sir.
Yeah.
I start at F2.
Yes, it's working.
So very good morning, students. Really happy to meet you all, and professional aspirants you are, And as we see you people at this very young age taking up, this kind of academic responsibilities, really it's fascinating. So we get more energy on seeing you. And I'm sure each one of you have come with a lot of dreams. Yes, you have your own goals, agendas. That's why you have taken up a challenging course like CA. He's also our beloved, hardworking student. Okay, so it's nice that I was greeted by him on the way to the class. I'm sure you've been told about the framework of CA, isn't it, by the faculties and our PC sir? So I will move into our topic, right? Anyway, I have a roadmap session for you. This is just 10 minutes, and you pretty well know that I can't even touch, an iota of economics in 10 minutes, right? But however, I will tell you the general framework. By the way, how many of you are interested in theory? I have to raise my hand, definitely. How many of you are interested in economics? Have to raise my hand, definitely. Wow, the entire class, that's fine. And I'm also sure that online students would be excited to learn theory. Yes, now coming to our subject. My dear students, at the outset, I tell you that you have to put hard work daily, because your paper is divided into two segments. One is your microeconomics, the other one is your macroeconomics. And both are pretty voluminous. But if you do your daily lessons, you are not going to have any problem at all. We assure you that. We have a thoroughly researched Bharadwaj material for you, a separate book for micro, a separate book for macro. And it is based on your parent source. You don't have to worry at all. Literally, in your parent source, what happens is, they would give you certain terms on a notion that you know that. But we give you some examples. We add examples. And wherever graphical segment is there, numerical segment is there, we give you more examples. So that is where, for us, it's an advantage. And any day your parent source is there, if you can make any reference. The other thing is, we have repeated tests. And I also, for my subject, I share assignments. There are two ways in which we can do that. After a particular topic is over, you have a test, okay. An assignment is given for you to know the type of questions that can come from it. See, you're all gone to schools and colleges. I mean, some of you may be there. So your idea would be, it will be as it is in the book. Even at the most, CBSE students also have a particular idea. This type of question would only come from it. But my dear students, please remember that it's going to be totally unexpected also. You have an expected set of questions, repeated questions, unexpected questions. That is called as in and around the topic. And that is where we help you. Are you clear? So we share an assignment, and after a day or two, we share the key. So you just know, okay, this is what is the answer, right? So try to help yourself at the most. We can take the horse to the pond. Who has to drink the water? Is a horseman or the horse? Okay, so we are all horse. We are all animals, is it? No, we are all humans and elevating ourselves to professionals, right? Now in micro, look at the list of topics. I will show you on the roadmap session also. It is a sequence. You have nature and scope of general economics, nature and scope of business economics, DMU, demand analysis, elasticity of demand, supply analysis, elasticity of supply, cost analysis, revenue analysis, market analysis, economies of scale, indifference curve analysis, and there you down your shutters. You say bye-bye to micro. And that day you'll feel so relieved. Appa, I'm out of this big. Then you step into what? Macroeconomics. And here you have topics from fiscal economics, international economics, monetary economics, international economics, Indian economics, macro models. You want me to shut my mouth? I'm sorry to say that this is the volume of the portions. Don't be scared. Are you scared? Are you scared? No, isn't it? So you all seem to be, there's some kind of brightness in you, you seem to be excited. So definitely when you attend the class, you will see the difference. That is, I would ask you personally, for my paper, notebook is important. you will be jotting down the running notes. See, in the screen, I will be also drawing, writing, doing PPTs, all those are there, which highlights the main point of the topic, which you will be jotting it down. So you are learning in the class itself. You're learning in the class itself. And when you go home and when you take out the material, it's a second time. Right? So you have listened in the class, you have jotted in the class. So class has made you familiar. You go home, it's not new. Oh, I am familiar with this name. Oh, Alfred Marshall, I know, ma'am said, no, this is the definition he has given. Richard G. Lipsey has given this. Hicks and Allen has given this. You are familiar by the time. Graph, we draw together. Numericals, we do as classroom exercise. Right, we have quiz test in the class. I'm told that you're aware that it's going to be an MCQ paper, right? So it's not a descriptive. But even then, my dear students, we have to draw graphs. We have to practice graphs. You practice once in your notebook, that's enough. So the type of question is, you see the graph, identify what it is. Demand curve, supply curve, indifference curve. And tougher ones like total expenditure curve, MP curve, TP curve, AP curve. Am I speaking Greek and Latin? Am I speaking Greek and Latin? Get used to Greek and Latin. It's what is going to happen. But as we begin the class, be sure that we will try to make you understand by putting them in a very simple words, very simple terms. It's not going to be technical at all. Isn't it, Venkat? It was not technical, right? We make it very simple. You know that. And we have a slide PPT for you. So visually there is a treat. Some of you would have done economics. How many of you have done economics at +2 level? Can you raise your hands? Have you all studied indifference curve analysis? Isn't it? It is a 2 commodity model. You know that. So we show 2 commodities for you to remember what is it. And we go property after property. We show you visuals. We draw in the class. So any day, attending the class physically is the best. Depending upon your assignments and commitments, at least live online. Your last option should be recordings. Because that's one fine day only you're going to look into that. Isn't it? So it is good if you are going to attend physically to the maximum possible extent. The second option is always a second live online. The third is like a backup. You know. So maybe to clear some doubts, maybe you want to see it once again, somewhere you've missed, right? So we have to do it in that way. Is that clear, my dear students? So from my experience, I can just tell you that in economics, people who have slogged right from the beginning have scored fantabulous marks, really giving us a happiness. Mutually. The teacher and the taught both are very much contented with the marks that is rewarded. So, looking at the intensity of the subject, please don't be worried. Okay. And the order in which we are going to teach is going to help you a lot. The order in which we are going to teach, in the class itself, I'll tell this is like a sequence. So, when you follow the sequence, when you note the sequence, there is a better clarity. Can you understand? So there is no non-economic student here, as far as your some base is there, right? So you know something about it. But here it will be advanced. Okay, so don't have overconfidence any day on this subject, because sometimes the paper is too complex. Because we feel, no, I have done it, I'm familiar. No, the way they are asking is different. A small twist. How many of you have studied opportunity cost? Just one example I want to give. How many of you have done opportunity cost? Just can you tell me what is it? In your own words. I'm not worried about definitions and other things. Any one of you? Yeah?
Opportunity cost is the cost of foregoing the next best alternative rather than choosing the next.
Rather than choosing the best? No. You started very clearly. Yes, it's a cost of foregoing the next best alternative. Very good. Please clap for her. What's your name?
Harita.
Harita, beautiful answer. Okay, all of you are familiar with opportunity cost. Okay. So, who gave opportunity cost? This is how the question will be. I know this concept very well. And see, the very first day she answered, but what they are asking is what we didn't expect. So the paper setter knows how we can be put into a trap, right? And I think you're also told about the challenge of negative marks. So if you don't know some question, yes, I leave it. I'm not going to touch it at all. But to touch it, you should have that confidence. That confidence is attending the class, listening to the lectures, taking down the notes, not having any accumulation. See, some of the topics, if you see, like elasticity of demand, repeated question. Sometimes 3-4 questions from the same topic. One will be graphical, one would be numericals, one would be theoretical. And students say, ma'am, they ask 3 questions. Yes, there are 3 segments there. You have a numerical, you have a graphical, you have a theoretical. Therefore, they ask. So in the class, we would say, see this segment, we would divide some topics into segments. For example, market structures. We have to divide, it's a big topic, but repeated standard questions. There is no twist there. So my dear students, we are going to teach you from the examination point of view. It is not just knowing the term, learning the concept. You will gain conceptual clarity. You will know how are you tested in the examination in this particular topic. Do you understand? So this particular introductory talk in economics is just to give you an alert signal that very happy that you have done at the school level. Definitely preparation for the board would have been very intense, right? You would have slogged like anything for the board examination, right? So that is a very good beginning. Now we have to go further, a little bit advanced, and learn the type of question you are going to be asked. Are you clear? And regarding macro part, to be very honest with you, what you have done at the school level would never be sufficient. If I tell you some things like, you'll be doing Baumol's theory. Have you done? Tobin's theory. Have you done? These types of things are there. So macro is a kind of a different component, I would say. And some of the topics would be extended ones. Yes. So please be very clear that when you attend economics class, be sure you are having a notebook opened, right? And also concentration in a theory class. Is it easy? For how many of you it's very easy? And how many of you take it as an opportunity to sleep? Your mama wakes you up at 6:30 and sends you here. Oh, today economics, I can sleep. Yes, mommy, I will go to economics class because I can sleep. So we will also make it interactive. You can ask doubts. You can add your points like she answered now. Harita just now answered. So any of you, if you have something, you can say. Visually, you can have some treat to enjoy. Academic treat you can enjoy. You can have quiz test in the class, after we complete some kinds of questions. Have you understood what has happened? Like that, you have breaks also. So have all this in your mind to ensure that you have to do your daily lessons as far as economics is concerned. How many of you feel that you will be doing it? How many of you have that pledge of doing it? Because I see you as professional aspirants only. So raise your hands. Raising our hands is also an exercise, Clap the hands. We will give a quiz test, okay? So, and at the end of it, we will exchange a notebook. That is fun. If you correct your own paper, you will not look for mistakes. If it is another student's paper, ma'am, this letter, is this spelling correct, ma'am? Should I give that full marks, ma'am? So that interest will be there. And the second, the other point is, we will declare all India ranks based on the marks. So people are excited. Every day you become an all India rank holder, or at least one of the days you will stand there. It's a prestigious moment. So all this is, my dear students, to inspire you to learn and make yourself aware where you are. Seriously, as I was entering the class, I was thinking, these are the chosen few. So many people are there. All of them have the aspiration to join the college. How many take professional course? And by the way, are you also college goers? I mean, you are joining college now? Some of you, 1 or 2 of you, right? Others full-fledged into CA stream, is it? going? You're also
With correspondence.
correspondence. Good. You? Sure. Okay. You? No, only CA. Correspondence. So now that you have ample time, completely devoted to, so you make a timetable right from the beginning, you know. So have a timetable in front of your study table, so you can see the subjects you have done, subjects you have not done for the week, and you can just ensure that it is completed. So don't have backlogs, my dear students, in economics, because towards a fag end, that is where students realize. And you know, the midnight they will text, ma'am, how is the oligopoly Sweezy's model diagram? Midnight. Time will be 1:45. And in a day or two, exam will be, ma'am, can you just draw? It's a WhatsApp, how do I draw it? Ma'am, please send one Sweezy's model diagram. Okay. Which means what? No, in the last moment should be for your revision. Have time for your 1 or 2 revisions. So here you have tests, here you have assignments. So just walk your way into the final exam. Yeah, I'm not bothered here. I know I can manage. Right. So, my dear students, I'm giving this 10-minute slot only to introduce myself. And sorry, I didn't find myself too much to be introduced, but for the fact that I'm an economics professor for decades, spanning decades, I'm here in this field. But I'm very sure that each one of you is going to contribute your best, because it is your future. All said and done, it's your future, isn't it? So life is a challenge, meet it. Life is a game, play it and enjoy it. So you're going to have some enjoyable, memorable moments of study here. So ensure that from today, whichever subject is done, or from tomorrow, you start working on a timetable for you. And 6 months from now, you're going to write a professional examination. So that should be your mindset. Is that clear, my dear students? And in the class, be sure I'm going to tell you important questions from the examination point of view, right from the topic 1. Then and there you mark it off. This is important. Because you will not know what they're going to ask, isn't it? So that you, sometimes when this topic is big, students do only one part. They leave the other part. So that is where I tell them that, no, do the entire topic, but I will tell you that these are repeated, these are unexpected, these work on it many times, miss not segment for revision. Everything will be told to you in the class. Okay. So all these topics may be familiar to you, but you are going to learn it in a very, very advanced manner, or rather I would say it will be a little bit of twisted kind of a question. Okay, my dear students. So thank you so much for this session and listening patiently for all the important points I told you. So we will begin when the timetable is given, and be sure that with the grace of the Almighty, definitely that's the first thing, and with your hard work and participation, and with our inputs, you will become a chartered accountant in few years from now. So you will be the pride of Bharadwaj, the best gift that you can give to your teachers. Okay, so thank you. Meet you soon in a full-fledged economics class. Be prepared for it, right? Yes. Are we doing it? Yes, sure.
Thank you. So, okay. So, before we go further, okay, I'll tell you in which order we are going to go with accounts. Okay. The moment I tell you theoretical framework, accounting process will have which one? Journal, ledger, and which one? Trial balance, and which one? Subsidiary books. The moment I say journal entry, journal entry, yeah, because already we have learned in +1 and +2 level. Again, journal entry, whether we have to learn like that, we think clear. So what I will do is, today I will give you a work to be done at home based on which one? The journal entry. Okay. So you have to just pass 4 journal entries. There will be a credit sales. I'll tell you, there will be a credit sales, 1 journal entry. There will be collection. You sold goods for credit, then you will collect the money. For that, you have to pass a journal entry. There will be a purchase, credit purchase. You have to pass a journal entry. And there will be a payment, you have to pass a journal entry. How many journal entries? 4 journal entries you have to pass. Shall we? So if you try that particular journal entry at home, I'll share the journal entries in the group, the question in the group. Try today. When are we going to meet? Tomorrow there is no class. Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock, I'll start with the basics of accounting. Then you will understand, okay, whatever we learnt in R plus 1 and plus 2 are the base. Okay, CA learning is going to be totally different. How will you understand that? Try to solve those 4 journal entries. Clear? Okay, what is the journal entry you have to pass? Credit sales. What is the entry for credit sales? Debtors account debtor to sales. What is the entry for collection of money? Cash account debtor to debtors. Cash account debtor or bank account debtor to debtors account. If there is a discount allowed, cash account debtor, discount to which account? Debtors account. When you purchase goods, what is the entry? Creditors to purchases. When you pay the money, purchase to creditors. Purchase to creditors. When you pay the money, what is the entry? Creditors account debtor to cash. Sir, learn you will learn something. Okay, let us see whether anybody is passing the correct journal entry. Okay, so I'll post that question in the group today. Try to pass a journal entry, then we'll meet on Wednesday, then you will understand, okay, learning journal is most important. Because if you make a mistake in journal, then the problem will be, you will do a mistake in ledger, then again, final accounts, everything will be wrong. Clear? So we'll start with the core accounting on which one? Wednesday, and we'll continue with that. Shall we?